Yeah, well, when I met Timmy, it was just before Call Me By Your Name came out, and I met this young kid who seemed like ready to burst out of his own skin, and I saw in him, in this energy, this kind of intense kind of energy, almost like this happy addict. Like this guy's chasing happiness. But I saw inside this young kid who saw a supreme version of himself, and that person existed in the greatness of the clouds. He did not exist on planet Earth, and I was, that energy felt so appropriate for one of these characters in this world. So before we put one word down, I reached out to Timmy and I said, I want to tap into that energy that I've never seen anyone really, look and explore with you, and that was the beginning of it.
Timothy, was it an immediate, this sounds like a great idea, or was ping pong something that gave you a little pause as well?
No, I loved principally the idea of working with Josh. It's very simple. You try to work with the best directors, and being from New York, being a huge admirer of Uncut Gems, but before that, Good Time and Heaven Knows What. And I was saying last night, admiring Josh's worldview to the point that as an actor, you feel confirmed by being included by it, that the subtext of him reaching out to you feels like him saying, all right, you haven't become polished enough by the industry, or you're dented enough to be worthy of my worldview, if that makes any sense. And equally, what Ronnie was saying I thought was really quite beautiful, specific to the movie, is this pursuit of something in life, a passion you have, absent financial glory, absent, widespread fame, sort of like obscure sports you see at the Olympics now, but people are training for 4 years and that's their passion. There's something so sincere about it. It's less obfuscated even than what we do, and when commerciality gets involved and things like that. So it was twofold. I don't know if that answers the question at all.
Oh, that's great.
I will say, just to add to that, one of the things that I was also interested in, something that I learned very much by working with him, was that he has, he expresses himself through acting, and just his style in general in life is a larger-than-life realism. And he has an iconic way of just emoting, and that was something that I experienced the first moment I met him, and that was something that I learned to really appreciate very much in the edit, when you realize you have these moments when you can stop and make something iconic in its own way.
I also was thinking about earlier this year, Timothy, when you won the Best Actor SAG Award for Complete Unknown, you said in your speech, quote, "The truth is, I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight. I'm inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis and Marlon Brando and Viola Davis, as I am by Michael Jordan and Michael Phelps, and I want to be up there," close quote. Was the idea of greatness something that you were, intrigued by even before this, or was this something that already was kind of fueling that thought?
That's a great question. I gotta pick my words very carefully. That, I feel like, that's in your mind, I feel like, why pursue this kind of lifestyle? It's crazy if you're not trying to do it at the highest level. And in many ways, when I think back to that moment, I think it's because I was coming off this movie that I feel like every character I play, because I'm a, personality-less bag of flesh that just gets assigned roles, it rubs off on me in some way. So looking back at that, I think that's a little bit of what was going on in my head. But certainly, sitting up here with Gwyneth, with Ronnie, Darius is a legend, Odessa is a legend in the making. It was amazing watching Odessa in this, because she was given this performance of a lifetime, and I got the sense that she didn't know how incredible the performance was that she was giving. And also, I wanted, Jack Fisk, the production designer on this, did a fantastic job.
Powerfully, and I wonder if you can talk about where you kind of went to find that, and also what you believe it sort of reveals about Marty's evolution by that point.
Well, I think maybe Josh could speak to it better than I could, but I think it's a confrontation with life to come, growing up, responsibilities that are looking at him clearly in the mirror, adulthood, fatherhood, and having to fess up to it, and whether he makes market changes in his life that reveal a growth in him as a man, or whether he falls short of the responsibilities of being a father is, left to be seen, and Marty Supreme too. But it's not happening. But that's what's going on there.
I think John Lennon made the quote famous, saying life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. I think dreams exist. They're a very lonely thing to have a dream. They're for the lonely, and they're solitary kind of exercises in a way. But they're very important for life, to human existence, because they bring about change. Whether you succeed or fail, it's the journey that kind of elicits the change, what you learn from it. And I think the hollowness that he feels at the end, he thinks about the most important thing is the belief, and one that dream ends for another one to begin. And I think that the fate that I think that Marty was trying to take fate hostage in the beginning, his own fate hostage. Dreams are a heist on fate. They try to strangle fate and control it. And I think that at the end, what's beautiful about it is that he's trying to rebel against this predetermined path. And at the end, he ends up exactly where that predetermined path dictated, except it's a completely different feeling. He's arrived there on his own terms and through his own journey, and it's that much more meaningful. And that, to me, is what is so powerful for me. I have two daughters, and you spend life going, again, dreaming and living outside of time. Dreams exist outside of time, and you jump up for them. And when you come back down, life kept moving. So when you come back down, you're in a totally different place, and it's psychedelic almost, but it's incredibly emotional to know that we have one lifetime, and you can spend that entire lifetime looking for this one thing, and you realize, wait a second, I might not even been what it's about. And I think Tyler said it the best when he saw the film. I wish Tyler was here. He said, Marty was trying to win at this game, and it took him till he won to realize the game was against himself, and that was who he was finally beating. And that was very apt and poignant.
Great. Well, congratulations, guys. Thank you so much for.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you all for staying.